Hello Flosstube, it's Amber Rogue Mama Stitcher. It is Monday, November 24th, 2025, and I'm trying to, here's my kitty. There's Pearl. Hi. Hi there. I do have stitching updates to give to you. I wanted to say hi before Thanksgiving and before my birthday. My husband and I just had our 22nd wedding anniversary on November 20th. My birthday's on November 26th, which is the day before Thanksgiving. So I love to kind of just, incrementally do things, chronologically do things, and, that way I can feel like I'm having some kind of semblance of organization in my life. So, hope you guys had a really good Halloween. I did. I dressed up at work as a gypsy, or rather, sorry, fortune teller. I broke one of my nails off at work recently, and I'm supposed to look like this, but that's okay. Anyway, just so you don't kind of trip and go like, what? Like double take when you see that one of them is not quite right. Anyway, so I've worked on a few things. I've started a couple things, and I'm pretty happy with what I've gotten done. I haven't done as much as the Topazberry as I wanted recently, but that's okay. So I have an appointment in about half hour, so I'm gonna hopefully make this kind of quicker. So for the update on Topazberry, it is looking gorgeous. She is looking gorgeous. Oh, the lighting is good today for this. So since I did a floss tube, I filled in more right here on her skirt with the 3078 and then the combo of 3078 and 415. And then I also started on her the last wing. Still have not frogged those like the lime or whatever in her wing there, but that's what they'll all look like, more like that. Instead of with the lime green, it'll be the with the blending filament kind of look of the like kind of white and opalescent blending filament. So looking gorgeous. I'm stitching this 2/2 on a Nicholas Flamel linen called Hawaiian Parrots and Hawaiian Flowers. So if you can kind of see where I filled in, it's a 36 count. So, they're smaller stitches. They're more petite looking stitches, and I just adore how they feel. I adore how they look. I just think they're gorgeous. So there she is. So pretty. So, yeah, I got her out of the Q-snap to show you. Since I haven't been working on her as much, it's okay. I didn't, it didn't bother me as much to get her out of the Q-snap, but, so I have seen, starts from, my, stitchy friends. Let's see, that's my cat. So U2 Stitcher Julie, she started hers, and hers is looking beautiful. Julie's got, her hair started and her face and her bust, and her fabric is beautiful. I can't remember if it's sweetgrass, but it is a beautiful linen, I believe, or Lugana. I think it's a linen, but it's like a light green. It's really pretty with some yellow. Allie Z is crafty. I know she's picking out fabric. Maggi Kitschy Whips, she's also picking out, I think she picked out her fabric. I don't know if she started yet. I have to double check on Instagram. I think she probably send me a message when she starts. And then Amy, Fiber Arts Amy, she's gonna do hers as well. Pretty excited about that. And that's, Nora November and, birthday start, or like a birthday Sal kind of for me, I think. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I'm super excited to see everybody's progress, and anyone can join along. And I know it's just the tail end of November, and we all have big plans, so I don't expect a lot of people to follow along, and that's completely fine or start. But she is gorgeous, and she is actually a super fun Mira stitch. So I would recommend starting her if you are interested at all. Like, just the garland is really fun to do. The flowers are super beautiful and fun to do. Just a real stitcher friendly piece. Excuse me. So the kitty on my lap, probably, yeah. I'm not gonna move my camera, but the kitty on my lap is taking a little bit of room. So that is what she looks like, and she is 178 stitches by 233 stitches. So really for a Mira, and it's not full coverage. It's pretty quick and pretty fun. So and then the next one that I was working on between the time that I last filmed, which was about 3 weeks, almost a month, I believe. We'll just put this on here because I actually ironed this one too because it's kind of a bigger one. It's the Corey Bot Corey Autumn Shabby Calendar, and I finished this piece, this motif from the calendar, and it's so pretty, right? This little autumn basket. Are those supposed to be pine cones? I'm not really sure. So I stitched this 2/2. This is a 32 count. I believe that's a 32 count linen, and it's from the Quaker Sampler set from Nicholas Flamel. Yeah, and then I started this one, this motif, and that'll be, you know, the end of the row. It'll be number 4. So beautiful, right? And I just wanted to, and I love these little charming acorns. I just wanted to get some progress on that this fall. So yeah, love that. And I'll show you the cover photo for that. So the next one will be this pumpkin in a little cage, a little bird cage. It's so pretty. So yeah, Corey Bot Corey. So they're just on Etsy, and super pretty. I love all of them, really. I can't wait to get to that bird right under the pumpkin in the cage right here with the mushroom. Oh my goodness, right? I love that. There's so many I would love to get to. Do not jump up on there. What? Well, hello. Well, oh, hello there. So yeah, a lot of really pretty little motifs that I am excited to get to on there. Little cool cauldron with the heart, cute little bunny. Love the house. The apples are pretty cool. I love that. This old-fashioned like Victorian boots, pretty cool. And it is, let's see, 218 stitches by 345 stitches. She's my little familiar curl. She's very motivated by attention, which you'd say, okay, you know, that's like a normal cat. Well, that's like, she is really motivated for attention. Okay. And then Fairy Picture. That was the other one I was working on when I spoke to you last. And I definitely made some progress on Harry Picture by Soda Stitch. So I think I had up till I had all this done. I still have to fix his eye. I didn't leave I need to stitch a white there instead of a gray. Anyway, I think I stitched all of that here maybe. And then I think I just stitched that in these 3 weeks time. This is a 28 count Glasgow linen by Zweigart, and I'm stitching with DMC and CXC. I don't think I am stitching A&E AMO with this one. 3/2 because 28 count. I like the coverage of 3 strands. I have done, depending on how tight the weave is and just what the pattern is, I have done 2/2 with 28 count. It depends if I like it to be, you know, if I'm okay with it being a little sparse. Anyway, excuse me, so that's the cover photo for that one. Golden Pig Harry picture. You can find that on Etsy from Soda Stitch Designs. So adorable. I love it. I love him. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause for just a sec. She's right behind me. I don't know if you can see her, but okay. Oh, all right. Okay, so I've had a couple starts and I had one finish because that's how I am. I just, if I'm feeling it, I'm gonna do it. And I know some people are such great floss tubers and dedicated to taking you on their journey that they'll save their, what is it called, like their progress steps to show on Flosstube, and I would love that, but I feel like life is short and I'm pressed for time a lot of times. Alright, so I have started and finished and not quite FFO'd, but I'm in the middle of FFOing this piece. It's for a friend at work. It's a Parisian embroiderers that you can get that on their website. They have a lot of these charts you can get on their website. They are from France, or in France, and they are Verique and Ginger designs, or Enginger, depending on your preference of pronunciation. These are part of a whole alphabet called the Christmas alphabet, and I will show you, the cover photo for those. I already did one. I think it was 2 years ago for a lady at my work from Cuba, and her name was Maria, and I did an M, and I absolutely loved how I did hers, but it was a little bit of a challenge, and I want to try something new because I've been obsessed with wanting to try to finish with a tart pan, or like little tart, whatever, tin, whatever you call it. And anyways, so this is stitched on antique white. I believe it's 40 count Newcastle linen. And it is 1/2. Okay, so 1 strand over 2. And I used a wax, like from the Merry Crow, for the back stitching, because I did use AMO and CXC on this, and they tend to fray quicker, so the wax really helped to kind of keep that more kind of together, instead of like sort of being, because it's the 40 count kind of squeezes it tighter, I guess, as you pull the needle through. I use my Japanese needles from my my nephew's wife, my niece Michelle, and I'll show you those if you haven't seen them. And those French knots were such a challenge on that little tiny mushroom there. See, oh my goodness, the French knots were such a challenge. I tried them probably 5 times or something, but it's because I was trying to do them with 1 strand. I absolutely loathe French knots in 1 strand. I have to do them 2 strand, otherwise I'm not happy with them. So I did them 2 strand, and I just tried to not twist them around the needle as many times, so they just looked, they looked plump, but not like bigger than the mushroom itself. But I think I did a pretty good job. I'm okay with it. They're 2 of them are the same size, and then the one is a different size on the bottom. But that's okay. I'm not too broken up about it. I think it looks super, super cute. So then the little tart tin that I'm using is, I spray painted it red, and then did like a sparkle. I don't know if you can tell, but like a sparkle, now you can't really tell in this light, but it's really pretty, and it'll show really, really well on a Christmas tree. I spray painted like the back of it. Doesn't look great, but I think I might put like a charm or something like that on there. The reason it doesn't look great on some of it is because it's Teflon, and I should have sanded it way better. I only used steel wool, and that was a mistake, but honestly I think it'll be fine. So this is kind of a little sneak peek of what it's going to look like, and I will do a floss tube and show you what it looks like before I give it away for a gift. this gal from my work that's just an absolute rock star. I love her. But kind of like that, right? Oh, won't that be just so perfect? Oh, I love it. See? Oh, I love that so much. Whoops. And anyway, so on the kind of the side, I'm gonna have my husband drill a hole right there, and then put this cording through that hole and do like a little knot or something on the inside, and possibly do like a little, this bow sucks, but do a little kind of bow on the cording, you know, something like that. Kind of like that, if that makes sense. And then possibly one of these little jingle bells. So I think it'll be super cute. I think she'll love it. That's the point. And there's a lot of space between this bottom part and this part, because I'm, you know, I wanted it to come out more. I don't want it to be super deep in there. So I'm gonna, you know, put some material between that and the Teflon backing, and then just probably like use some heavy duty glue or something like that. So, and just so you know, not hiding my sloppy job on the back there, but you know, I just cut in the strategic places to make it rounded in the front, and just use like Eileen's tacky glue and a foam board, and a lot of, not a lot, but like enough Pellon, oh, it's like fiber fill, you know, but they're like the little curly ones that are very small, and it's like they're easy to like manipulate and make the shape you want. So I just got these tart tins on Amazon, and in the future, using these, and in a big pack, I would just sand the heck out of them, like really sand off the Teflon. And, you know, just in the pack that I have, maybe I can find them that are not in Teflon, that are specifically for crafting. I don't know. Excuse me. But I wanted to show you a glimpse of the whole Christmas ABC's outfit from Verique and Ginger, because it is so, so pretty. They are adorable. So there's that. So yeah, just the A's, you know, the A is the rabbits, and the gingerbread is B. I mean, just, it's gold. It's gold. You could just do your entire Christmas tree out of this alphabet. You know, I am not there yet. I am a gift giver. I just love treating my friends. That's my love language, is giving gifts. So that's what their cover photo is, and I love how they made those ornaments. They're beautiful. That's kind of what I tried to emulate that first time, you know, when I made it a couple of years ago for the other work friend. Okay, and then my other start, I absolutely had to do this one as well, is these penguins, and I guess the translation is the greedy penguins, so Parisian embroiders as well, Verique and Ginger design. So I started with this one because I just am in love with this penguin with the sundae. And he's leading the charge with his spoon, and they're gonna chow down on this sundae at the end of their journey at their destination. And then this one I love, is beautiful. I don't know if I have to do this one this year, but this one is actually really fast. I finished it in a day, the middle motif there. So I stitched it on 36 count, antique white linen. I love antique white. Isn't it sweet though? And I did use substitution colors because I have run out of colors. I even did all the back stitching last night. I just absolutely love it, and I just knew I had to share with you because I had these things done and the timeline we're in. So yeah, absolutely beautiful. So I marked it off with a fabric marker, and I'm gonna do so that the fabric matches. I think I might do one of those little folds. I've never done one before. So we can decorate for Christmas with this, you know, and the other one, you know, maybe put it on our credenza, or it's kind of like it's sort of like a mantle piece, but in our kitchen above like a wood panel wall, sort of. Anyway, it's a shelf, and we hang our stockings on it. And so, excuse me, like I think this would be really cute with like maybe 2 folds next to each other with this design. Isn't he so sweet? I love the French designs, Verique and Ginger specifically though. I think she's the only French designer I've ever finished a piece from so far, but I love the minimal, kind of the minimal backstitching, although I don't have a problem with backstitching, but I just love the scarcity of the backstitch, so it like makes it look sort of more feathery and, you know, more sort of romantic. So, you know, it's so adorable, right? And I love that this is like $9.31 and $9.30 for the black instead of just black. You know, so I will have to finish this later because my appointment is here early. But I do have a haul to show you. Maybe I can show you next time. But yeah, I will talk to you all later. If this is the end of my floss tube, I'll show you a haul on the next video. And if I am feeling up to it, then I'll show you the haul later today. All right, I love you guys, and thanks for you know, chatting with me and having my update. Happy stitching, and happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you before then. Bye. Hi there, I'm back. I made it back. I realized that I did not tell you the dimensions for Harry Picture or for the 2 Verique and Ginger pieces. So for Harry Picture, this one, it is 65 inches by 67, or 65 stitches by 67 stitches. So pretty small. And then the alphabet piece, I will just tell you an approximate because all of them are about approximately the same size. So 5, about 50 by 50, I believe, for the alphabets. 5, yes. Okay, so they're like 50 by 50, the alphabet. And then the penguin, the greedy penguins, are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, about 100 by 40 stitches. Okay, I'm so happy that I was able to come back and talk to you again, because I have kind of a lot of haul that I was really looking forward to showing you. And some that I forgot from last time because it had been so long since I had done a floss tube that, you know, some of my haul was just still in my bedroom because I was, you know, looking at it and enjoying it, you know, after you, I don't know if you guys do the same thing, but after I get my haul, I will, you know, I'll be looking at it and just kind of, you know, daydreaming about it and thinking of, you know, how I'm gonna, you know, what I'm gonna stitch it on and who I'm gonna give it to, or how I'm gonna decorate with it, or, you know, where I'm gonna put it, that kind of thing. So I've already shown you guys this before, but I just love this so much. I'm thinking about maybe starting one of these Christmas cats from Les Parisian Embroiders. But yeah, there's so many on here. I think it's like, yeah, 50 of them, 50 motifs. But, sorry about the glare. But so many super cute motifs. That top one is like a, sort of like a garland gingerbread hat motif. So cute. Yeah, just lots and lots of these. I believe Amanda, Lucky Chance Stitcher, I believe she has this chart, as she does probably a lot of Verique and Ginger charts. And then, oh, and I got the waxer that I used for the one-stranded back stitching on the 40 count on the alphabet. So that's my little pumpkin waxer. I had to sneeze. Might have blown you all away. All right, so that's from the Merry Crow. See, it was really important I came back. I normally can do it in one go, but not in the stars today. My appointment was early, so, which I'm actually pretty happy about. I like to spend more time with them. So, okay, and then this is something I have shown you before, but it's something that I'm thinking about starting this while we're still in the fall, because I'm in love with it every time I look at it. Kind of like I am with the penguins. I go, oh, I would just love to stitch that, but I know keep it. But aren't they so cute? Autumn's Acorn Gathering by Brenda Gervais, and I've never stitched anything by Brenda Gervais. So if I'm saying that wrong, I apologize, Brenda or whoever is going to be particular about that. Which normally I do try to be polite and pronounce right, but anyway, so aren't they so sweet? The little pumpkin she's holding and the acorn, right? Are those acorns? Maybe. Anyways, but, and I just love his little, stripes are so my thing. I love stripes, see, you know, stripes, candy cane stripes. But like his little stripy pants, I'm like, and his tie too, but anytime there's stripes, I swear I am the biggest sucker. I'm like, you know, it's just like a moth to a flame. Anyways, and then, see, this is an example of a 28 count that I would probably do stitch 2 over 2. But here's the fabric. I believe this is a hand dyed by Rolanda. I think it's the one called Frappuccino or Cappuccino, but I believe, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna stitch the little cute squirrels on. Okay. And I already showed you my North Carolina squirrel. So I am a squirrel fan. So, and so cute, like the crow. Hello. I love crows as well. I believe that's a crow or maybe a blackbird, but it's a bird and I love birds. So, and I love blackbirds particularly because kind of dramatic and mysterious sometimes. You know, big Edgar Allan Poe fan. Well, not huge, but I am a fan. I think he is amazing, and you know, obviously got my little Poe stitch back there. And anyways, I think you get the point. Like a flair, some drama. But yeah, so let's see, what am I doing? Yeah, pretty much any of those Verique and Ginger pieces that are like the Christmas pieces or like the motifs, I do kind of just almost always like decide I'm gonna stitch them on an antique white, either 40 count the Newcastle or 36 count. Is the 36 count the Edinburgh? I can't remember. I know like they're named certain things because of the count. I don't know if they're doing it as much anymore. But so I'm so excited to show you my fabric. I almost showed you first, but I'm gonna show you my patterns that I got as my haul, just for the sake of delayed gratification. If you're still with me, thank you very much. I know I was a bit weird thinking maybe I wasn't gonna finish the episode as planned, but okay. So I had to show you while it was still autumn some of the stuff I got. So the Living on the Rainbow cross stitch patterns collection. I feel like the Living on the Rainbow is getting even more and more popular, but the Fairy Mushroom House, I don't think I've shown you this yet. I'm pretty sure that this has not been featured on my Flosstube, but I love this. The finish with the FFO with the you know, smoke coming out of the chimney as basically like the fiber fill or whatever. Like, I just think that is just so clever and so cool. I have just things falling out everywhere of this whole stack I just picked up. Okay, and then I love the pins. I don't know where I'm going to get those pins, but you know, just the whole project seems like it'll be challenging, you know, just because it'll be something new. But as I've reiterated many times on my channel, basically, if anything's going to motivate me to try something new, it'll be to enhance a cross-stitch project. I don't know why I'm like this, but that is how I am. So I want to try this new thing. So here's the other, let's see, it's a haunted mushroom house. So it has like these, you know, the cobwebs stitched on the side of the door, upper corner of the door there. It looks like it's maybe not as, well, it just doesn't have the hat pins or whatever on the top like that one does, but it's still just as cute and sweet. And this one, the haunted mushroom house, you know, for whatever reason that came with the instructions. Maybe I only printed the instructions on that one, but I apologize for I have spilled water or something, or tea on these, at least on one of them. Anyway, I don't know if I showed you this, but I love this, and I've been thinking about starting this one as well from Just Cross Stitch. I love that piece. I think it's so simple and so pretty. I don't do a lot of the autumn stitching, but the autumn stitching I have done, I do display it. So yeah, Just Cross Stitch Autumn 2025. Okay, and then I think I've shown this before, that I was gonna do the Sal. I joined the Sal. You can tell this was by my nightstand. I've spilled tea or cocoa on it. Cacao, really, not like hot cocoa, but like cocoa bean. But I'm getting confusing. I'm sorry, but it's not hot chocolate. It's like, yeah. Anyway, it's kind of like having tea, but not, and also not coffee. I don't know. Anyways, if you've ever heard of it, it's like Creo Brew. It's so good. Anyway, so this piece is by the Little Stitcher, and she was kind enough to let me have the complete pattern after I had bought the Sal, but had just failed to print them out and or download them onto my computer when they were out, you know, when she had originally released them back in 2023. So, but I still know I want to stitch these. So I just absolutely love her designs. I have yet to finish one of hers. I had started, I think, 3 of them, maybe 4 of them. So she is wonderful, the Little Stitcher. But yeah, I love, these are actually witches, and they're secret familiars. So all of these witches, or alleged witches, says, in the remembrance of their lives, keep the flame of a candle lit. You know, I love that it's a dedication to these martyrs, in a sense, of whatever it was that they were practicing, whether or not it just be like herbal remedies, which I think most of the time that's what it was. My family was just very deep into herbs and, you know, home remedies, and not having sugar, and things that were a little unconventional. And from like a religious community, we're like judged for that, being called like hippies and stuff. But nowadays everyone knows, like everyone realizes like they were doing it right and cutting out sugar and stuff like that. So, you know, rewind 400 years prior, they were just killing people for the misunderstanding of, you know, them doing something unconventional to the regular, you know, like the accepted religious community. So anyways, So super, super exciting. You know, and plus I love animals. And so this is so cool. You know, these like cute little animals right there. Another blackbird. And then a little white bunny. We have a white bunny. And then a cute little black goat. I just love that. And I love how different all their dresses are. You know, just really, really cool. I love the lacing in the front there. These would be really, really fun to stitch, I think. And I scrapped a project that I'm just not ever gonna do. I don't think. It just seems too intense for how much I like it for now. And so I've adopted its fabric for this History of Witches project. It is Picture This Plus 32 count Murky. Oh, Murky, we know what Murky is, and Lugana. Okay, so won't that be cool with the History of the Witches? I just think it'll be so perfect. I love that. I'm not as much of a Lugana fan as I am a linen fan. However, I do love the consistency of Lugana, and so that should be very cool. That should really work great for all the different colors and such. So there you have that. Hope I didn't just get people up in arms because I said I wasn't as much of a fan of Lugana as I am linen. Oh, here's another poor thing. The fabric, or not fabric, cross stitch pattern that was a casualty of my Coco. It is the, I think it's Croquetta Go-Go. October sampler, and now we have passed October, and that's okay. But I love this, and I had to buy it when I saw it. And you see the recurrent, you know, theme of squirrels. I love those squirrels. They're so cute, hopping across the header and footer, the borders there, top and bottom. And, you know, just everything about this piece is charming, and I could definitely see displaying this in my house. It is 241 stitches by 313 stitches. I was looking at this fabric to go with that, is Sampler. I believe it's color, well, it's colored in cotton, and I know it'll fit on this. It's a 36 count, and I love the 36 count. So that might make it, I might be like more motivated to stitch it on. I still have to do a floss toss, but I mean, you can't really kind of go wrong with that. Well, you know, kind of with the neutral light brown and all that. So, also love this from the world of cross stitching, this adorable cat in the fall leaves. I could see stitching that for a friend or family member someday, possibly keeping it as a pillow instead of having the frame and the card. We'll see. You know, I've been loving the little kits that the World of Cross Stitching has been putting in our magazine. So I've saved a couple of them to show you. I love this one. I'm trying not to show you the pattern. That one's so cute. I love, it's like Lucy Heaton, right? I love her stuff. One day I will stitch her mice. I just haven't yet. But there's that one. So cute, and they come with like little frames and their own little kits in the subscription, and I would highly recommend the World of Cross Stitching subscription. It's just wonderful. Okay, and then I don't think I've ever shown you Ellen Barber, 1895, Home Sweet Home, charted from the design studios of Hands Across the Sea samplers. I love Hands Across the Sea. I'm not sure if I've ever shown you this one, but I am going to show you just in case I haven't. Absolutely love the sampler. I love how simple it is. I love how colorful it is. You know, I can do complicated things. I can do big things, but I really do relish the smaller, kind of simpler pieces as well. And I love history as well. So, I mean, I think that's, you know, I love that that's from an actual little girl, and there's a story, and I love the chart. It's like super nice, like, yeah. You know, I know the world has gone digital, and that's cool. I'm not there yet with my cross stitching. Yeah, I did probably get a little bit on this, but But there's the story of Ellen Barber, and then finding her chart. And then I got this Mediterranean Santa from Mill Hill, the Olive Harvest Santa. Really pretty. Just thought on 1, 2, 3 Stitch when I was making one of my kind of bigger purchases with all the floss and everything and beads for kits and probably for a Mirabilia. So I've got that out of a necessity of like all the Santas I've collected. And then I have a Cuore Batte-Cuore. I'm actually not sure. I didn't bother doing the translation before I showed this today, but it says Stitch Spring Happy Spring. So I'm not really sure what the title up here says. This is the name of the designer, but something there, I'm not really sure. But isn't it so cute? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to flip that at you. But isn't that cool? That huge strawberry pincushion, the theme with the spring strawberries and then sewing or cross-stitching. I love bees. Ladybugs are so pretty, and I love the pink dress and like the teal colors in there on her hat, the ribbon, the thread. It's just all beautiful. I just love that. So that was part of my haul the last few months. And then the icing on the cake, the creme de la creme, Oksana Lupatina. She is in New York. She just released some new hand-dyed fabrics. Oh my gosh. Oh, so gorgeous. I'm just like, I'll take these, so please give them to me. So this is a 36 count linen, and it's a 27 by 36 count, and is just freaking gorgeous, fabulous. I got a huge piece, so 27 by 36. You know, I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but looks like it could have a fabulous mermaid on it of some kind. Since I'm doing more, I will be doing more Nora Corbett or Mirabilia pieces. And then, so this is, her name is, or like her shop name is like the Crazy Hamster, but Oksana Lupatina. She has a Facebook page just under the Oksana Lupatina, like her regular, you know, her name. And then she posts these fabrics, and then you can message her, comment, and say which ones you want. And she's very accommodating. You pay her through PayPal. She invoices you. Anyways, so this one is another 36 count linen, and I think she just cut this for me to accommodate, because I told her I really want the 36 count because I saw a 40 count available, and I think the 36 count was gone. But look how gorgeous this is. Look at that. Could you see a Halloween piece on that? I love that burnt orange for the Halloween. I just find this incredibly gorgeous. She just she keeps the linens like really, really nice. Like you can see it's not super crunchy or anything like that. It's like very soft and just, oh, just beautiful. So I mean, I know that just like with the Nicholas Flamel fabric, like how just beautifully modeled it is, beautifully dyed it is, like Oksana, you know, like Amy Farbert's Amy, like the way that they dye, just the colors that they choose and how they model them and everything. It's just stitching on those pieces. It just is like you're enjoying the gorgeous colors and the textures as you're stitching, and it makes you just want to keep going back to those pieces. Anyways, this is the packaging that Oksana sent the fabrics in, and a little thank you. I just really appreciate, you know, just the touch of you know, thanking the customer. You know, Oksana is extremely friendly, very sweet, and I appreciate that. I mean, if you're in business, it's smart to be friendly, and especially to your return customers if you want them to keep coming back. And then I really like the Just Cross Stitch Christmas ornaments and Christmas designs. I don't know if you know, if if you guys, you know, have these, if you get this in the mail, you know, I recommend just cross stitch just as a subscription period. They have great quality designs, and they do have a variety of designers. I appreciate their variety. You know, they've got just several. I love the little doggy design. So sweet. Gingerbread baby is super cute. I don't think that's on the cover there, but I'll do my best to cover these patterns as I show you. But just here, let's see, like this. See, like Winter Wonderland, a fox, an owl. Those are really pretty. You know, the cardinal, and I love the finishes, the FFOs. And then, okay, this one was going to be the tricky one. But I want to show you, you know, just kind of a little sample of what's in there. So, gingerbread baby right there. Isn't that sweet? Oh, I love that. And on the little board, the little cheese board or whatever. Oh, it was on this page. Well, Wish is perfect to show you. But yeah, stuff like this. I love that. Let's see. Oh, I love that little dog. Dear Santa, try to be good. The cats in the trees. Sweet. Merry Christmas. The Lash family. That's cool. But yeah, I love the ideas for the FFOs as well for Christmas. It's pretty cool. All right. So I will show you my book of days for November. I haven't gotten a lot of stickers on it yet. But I have this cute little tarot card cat, the cat. And then You're Freaking Awesome. I got those two stickers from, I think, yeah, these two stickers from a friend at work. She reads tarot and does fortune telling. Then an owl and these cute little winter bunnies. We have a white bunny, so, you know, I think I've mentioned that multiple times. We're building a bunny enclosure, and I'm getting a black bunny named Midnight, and he is a cuddler. He's very, very sweet. I don't know if I told you about him, but I'm super excited. We're just this close to getting, like, the enclosure in our backyard. My husband did a ton of work. My kids did a ton of work. Got it ready, and now and it's almost completed, and we'll get both bunnies outside and separated, but in the same enclosure. And you know, we'll do the deep litter method, and we needed a little change for everybody. So, but I needed another bunny. I really wanted another bunny. Anyways, so the quote is "Hope on, hope ever" by Sir John Barrow. I love that. Hope is what keeps us going. And then the next quote is, "When we lose one blessing, another is often unexpectedly given in its place." That's C.S. Lewis. So, yeah, I don't have a lot, but I will design it up a little bit more. And then December, you know, I've already gotten stickers on December because, you know, it's Christmas time, and, you know. Anyways, so thank you for joining me today. This is my final sign-off for today. And, you know, I've cleaned up my craft room. I've cleaned up my sewing room here. And I've got my Christmas tree, but it's not quite picture perfect, but I have made a lot of, I've made some leaps and bounds in getting it organized, and, you know, it feels really good in here, and I've just loved to show you what I've been up to, and I appreciate you all, and I truly do hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, a wonderful Indigenous Peoples Day. You know, hope you're gonna have a wonderful Christmas season. You know, that you start enjoying the holidays for the warmth of, you know, Christmas, and doing all the wonderful Christmas things. And I'm sure I'll talk to you before Christmas. And love you guys. Take care.